There's something else I was going to tell you. I don't remember what it was. What was it? Oh yeah. Shark! Just kidding. Fast car. Poor Adam. He got tummy troubles.
Just let it happen.
Poor guy. I'll feel better.
Really?
Morning, everybody. We're getting started with construction project over there to build the shelves for our canning pantry. Before I did get too far into that though, I wanted to show you all something. I haven't seen many reviews on this online yet, so I figured I'd just go ahead and show it off. I was very interested in it when I saw it. So, this is the SmallRig carbon fiber AP-10 Travel Tripod. I looked at several tripods, and I just didn't like, or travel tripod specifically, and I just didn't like the design of like having the center post come down the middle and then having to fold these legs up over the top, and it ends up being like twice as bulky. So I went with this design. However, there were a couple of flaws, not flaws, but design choices or design things about it that I didn't particularly like, so made a couple modifications that I think are very valuable, and they work really quite well to overcome the things that this thing does not have. I'll talk briefly about the specs or the setup on this thing, but I mainly want to talk about the customizations that make this thing even better, because I think anybody can look up the main details on these online. It is carbon fiber. When fully extended, everything is off the pivot point is up here at the top, so your camera sits right up here. It does not sit on a long shaft and then have a short tripod on the bottom. In order to be small like this though, of course they did away with the center shaft, so and then you probably could see it in here, but maybe not. I'll show you here in just a second. This has all the same standard features that have been coming on in a lot of the travel tripods lately. It's got the removable leg that allows you to make a monopod out of the tripod. My only complaint about this is that, or the only issue that I had when I bought it was that it's small. Right, so it only comes up to here on me. I'm 6'3", and that's pretty darn short. That's a long way to lean over to get into a camera to be able to see it. I did a lot of reviews online about the twist locks versus these clips. I do like the clips more. The one thing I will tell you about the SmallRig before I put it back on and create the tripod out of it and show you the modifications that I made. You have to undo all three of these at the same time to get them out. So for instance, if you've got this top one clipped here, that second one is not going to come out. Can't, is it, well, what am I looking for? Basically, if it's fully extended like this, and that's locked in, I forget where it is. I had a problem with having the ability to collapse these all the way down. There it is. So this being open, this shaft here should go inside all the way, but because this one is closed, it won't. It has a lot more friction at the very end, so it's a lot harder to get past that. So what I found is to collapse these legs, just pop all three of them, bring them all the way out. When you're done, open all three of them and just push the whole thing together, and then bam. Okay, so there's that. So if I put this guy back on here and I go ahead and close it all the way down, what I'll do is I'll use my thumb. I can get all three at once, so I just pop, 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 and drop all of them out at the same time, max length or wherever I want them to be. Clamp, 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 and then same thing. And then I can use, you know, these rockers up here at the top to open it to the size that I want. Last thing I'll tell you before I move on is, you notice there's a lot of wiggle and play in these. These are metal, they're not plastic, but that's just really annoying. That just suggests to me that something's going to break. But, you know, it's a cheap tripod by comparison to the rest of the market, and it will hold 26 point something pounds, so that's good. This is the ball head that it comes with. It's got your a separate button for the pan. The lockup on the ball is solid with this wing nut thing here, so you get a lot of opportunity to really cinch that down. And it has the quick detach arca plate that comes with it. I do like the fact that it's captured, so once it's in there, it has these two detents here, which are just hex screws. They're short hex screws, but they fit into these grooves here, and it basically helps you index it and lock it in. It does have a center line, so you can line up 0 on here, of course a level, so all that's kind of good to go. I'm not a professional camera person, so I'm cueing off the expertise of others, friends, YouTube people that I follow, my dad who used to be a photography years and years and years ago, used to be a photographer, all that stuff. But it's got a 3/8 inch head on the bottom of it, 3/8 inch here, spins on, pretty simple, and that's basically how it comes right there. Okay, so the modifications that I made that I think are valuable, I'm going to collapse this down because I don't really need it. Actually, no, I'm not. I do need to show this part of it. Okay, so the complaints that this thing usually has, or these kind of tripods usually have, one, it is stable, very stable. Like I said, this ball head on this top will hold 26 pounds. I think it's 26.6 pounds technically. But as you can see in its max position, is pretty short. Well, they make extension rods. So I just went and I found a 3/8 with a 1/4 and 3/8 adapter on the top, and so now I have a short little extension rod, or do I? It's telescopic, so it extends. Now I've got the height that I need. I can put the ball head on the top of this, and I don't really have a good point and shoot. All I have is my X cameras and the GoPro that I'm shooting with, so I'm just going to use what I have. But now I can take my X camera. This is of course the Insta360 X3, Okay, and so I can lock that guy in there. I can put my X3 on top of here. I'm going to lock that down. Now granted, this tripod is way overkill if all I'm using is an X3 because, you know, whatever. But then the next challenge, right, is, whoa, it's pretty unstable. So everybody says this only works in light wind. It's carbon fiber. It's light. It'll, you know, blow over, etc. However, these the other issue with this tripod is, you know, like a lot of the other travel tripods, they come with hooks. This one did not. Let me shift the camera down. So this one did not. So my solution to that was to get online and just find a hook. I had a theory that the underside of this was going to be threaded for a quarter. And so what I literally did is I went and I found a camera hanger thing on Amazon, same place I got the tripod from, and so I bought a hook. The hook I think was 20-30 bucks, and the extension rod was like $15, $16, so like not really a bad investment. Okay, now what I can do is I carry a hero clip on my sling bag here, which is a Bellroy Venture sling. So a hero clip, I can put that on there, and now I have a weighted system, a weighted travel camera setup, just like that. I'm getting close to it. So that's the setup. And for anyone who's interested, Bellroy now makes a 10-liter. This is the 9-liter camera sling, but they now make a 10-liter sling designated specifically for cameras. And I'm hoping I got that one for Christmas coming. But yeah, just to show the features of this real quick. So like you know, like normal, this has the you know, you can drop the ball to the full side over here and get a portrait photo. Like I said, it holds 26 point something pounds, 26.6 pounds, more than I'm ever going to need this for. And then of course it has a pan and tilt. So if you've got a big point and shoot on the top of this, you know, you can move it around. The other thing I'll tell you is that you know, obviously this is not, there's no handle on this. It's not really set up for video, the one that comes with this. This is more just for point and shoot. Since I use a lot of 360 cameras, I don't really care about that. But my point in saying this is that you can get a SmallRig compact video head to put on top of this in place of this photo ball, and that'll work pretty well for you. So with those two modifications, with the extension rod and the hook, I now have everything that I wanted in a travel tripod, and frankly I didn't have to spend Peak Design money to get it, $600. This whole setup was less than 200 total, like total. Closer to maybe 160 or so, really 170 maybe at most. This tripod as a starting point is, I think it was 150, 140, 150 with coupon that I got, which took another 20 bucks off of it. So I paid like 130, 120, 130 for this, all in. And then, like I said, the extension rod was 15 bucks, and the hook was the most expensive part, 20 or 30. But those two modifications made this the perfect travel setup. Okay, so now let me show you one more thing, and then I'll get out of your hair and we'll get to building. Okay, so if I take the camera off, and I go ahead and I collapse this down, pop these out, pop these out, pop these out, drop the whole thing down. This basically collapses down to about 21 inches. Okay. Sling bag. This is a 9-liter Bellroy. The 10-liter Bellroy, the camera sling version, which like I said, I'm hoping to get for Christmas. It has tripod loops, so you can dangle the tripod off the bottom of it. That's going to be my travel setup. And with that, I will be able to carry both my Insta360X cameras, the GoPro, all the extra selfie sticks, the powered one, the one I'm using that has the built-in tripod, the one that it comes with, the extra tripod piece. I'm going to be able to carry basically all these extension pieces that I want for the different cameras that I have, as well as the 3 cameras and a drone. I'll be able to carry my my mini SE that I have, my DJI mini SE and its controller and all that stuff, in one 10-liter bag. I can already get all of this, the X cameras, the GoPro, the Rode wireless mic pieces, sorry, I can already get all of these things in here, along with quick readers, extra batteries for the GoPro and for the X cameras, my external battery pack, a couple of cables, a cable card, a little business card wallet that's one of those magnetic things that goes on the back of a Bellroy, technically for credit cards and stuff, but that's not how I use it. This little leather lens cleaner thing, and then even some basic first aid stuff. I'll do a full walkthrough of this when I get the new sling bag. If I get the new sling bag, I'll do a full walkthrough as I'm packing it out and all that. But then in addition to this, I've got, you know, basic things like some foldies, sunglasses. Yes, these are blue, and that's for a reason. Got my windscreen for the GoPro. Pins, a Tide pen, a lens cleaner, some trauma shears from Leatherman, Quick Clot or Tito Sam. So I've got some basic first aid stuff for heavy bleeding things. So if I'm really out there, if I'm carrying this deep into the woods or something, I always like to have just a little bit of extra first aid pieces with me. And then, you know, kind of over on this side is a little more of the quick access stuff. Fork lighter, lower bars, you know, gloves, all those little things. Things I might need more regularly, or not regularly, but faster access to than having to dig around in the main pocket. So, like I said, I will show all of that when the new stuff gets here. For now, I just wanted to talk through some of these things, show y'all this SmallRig AP-10 Travel Tripod, and a couple of adjustments that I've made to it that for me, man, they're everything. This completed the setup, and this is I think this is durable enough that I don't even need to carry it around in the bag attached to the Bellroy. I'm just going to run it like this. Oh, one more thing before we go. So, I hear, a lot of people talking about travel tripods, and some of them don't have removable feet. They don't have a good enough hook to hang a bag weight on. If you don't want to buy this hook to put a bag on to drop the weight, the center weight, another option is, like I said, these feet screw off. You can get a standard. You can buy a standard 1/4 spike to put in here. But then the other thing that you can do, and I don't think a lot of people think about this, is gimbals have counterweights, and they make them in like 50, 100, 250, or 200 gram, that kind of thing. I'm going to get a set of 200 gram counterweights and a set of the spike feet, so that when I'm in pretty windy conditions, what I can do is put the spikes on here with the what technically is a gimbal counterweight. Put the gimbal counterweight on here and then thread the spike feet onto it. That way I can drive the legs into the ground, drive the feet into the ground, and have a counterweight at the bottom, as well as being able to hang a bag up here at the top. I think that alone, those three things, will make this a very stable platform in windy conditions, and might even make it operate like a higher end heavy duty stable tripod for video filming and things like time lapses and stuff where you need an incredibly stable shot. We'll see how that works when I get there, and hopefully at some point we'll get a good point and shoot camera, but for now it's what we have. The lightweight travel stuff is what we got. So hope everybody has a blessed day. I'm going to get back to building. Be looking for that video later. Appreciate you. Thanks. God bless. Bye.